It's not a strange scene of some sad old man from the Deer Hunter. It's me up in my loft because it's very warm, and therefore this cool headband, which I've had for getting on for 30 years, sorry, bandana, headband, got it in America actually, in Maryland, and I bought two, but there you go. So anyway, the reason I'm wearing it is because it keeps the sweat out of my eyes so I can concentrate on my painting. Note the cool rack behind in good use. So what I was going to show you today was something I've mentioned to a few people on YouTube over the last few days. I've been fairly busy painting, and I decided to drag out the first set of troops that I bought at Salute last year, because I've been wanting to do these for quite some time. What I'm finding at the moment is, rather than sort of gradually working my way through battalions of 36 figures, I'm doing smaller units because I find that a better incentive, and I'm looking at painting more interesting units than bog standard British and French line regiments. So because of that, I've been getting on with them very, very well. That's why I did the Brunswickers in about a day last time. So without further ado, I shall show you what I'm working on at the moment. So what I've been doing is the Hat British rocket troops, which I've been really enjoying painting actually. So these are the officers from there, very nearly complete. I've got to do a wash of red in the sash belt there, do the swords, make sure that the cockades are fine, which I think they are, and then these are going to be done. So it's a bit of silver and gold on the sword just for this guy, and then they'll be done. What I've found, I've finally mastered this after 30 years. It's taken me that long to do this, for the lace on the front, and of course with them being blue jackets, if you just put yellow on there, then it just goes green, and then you have to put another layer on and another layer on, probably just to get it to look yellow. So what I did instead, after the first attempt, was I dry brushed the lace in white so that I got something paler to dry brush on. I didn't actually do a very dry brush on this either, it was more like a wet brush, because I found trying to dry brush yellow, it just wasn't working at all. So I just put extra paint on, just a little bit of extra paint on there to actually get the colour to set. So I think these are lovely figures to paint actually. So that's those ones, that's the 4. There's 24 figures in the unit. I'll just bring down an example of each one. This guy at the front is a very nice figure. In fact, all of them are very good. So all I've got to do on him is paint his rocket. So I'll be doing that, and the sword on him as well. And the same for the other guys. He needs his rocket painted, which I'm going to do in silver. Could do them in brass, I suppose. And these other two guys just need the swords as well. So hopefully I shall be finishing them today, but these today. I keep correcting myself on my grammar, don't I? And tell my dad, I am your father. Okay, so while I've been doing those, I have also, if I just shift these back, I'm a rocket man. Right, so while I've been at that, I have also, because I was doing these troops, I thought they would look quite nice with an officer figure as well. So, where are they? The Airfix guys are virtually identical to these hat ones. So I thought, why not do a couple of those as well? So I'll have a mounted officer commanding the rocket troops, as well as overall commander. You can see I've been working on the carts and some spare rockets in there which just need to be silvered up. And so as I was doing all the carts, bear in mind this is just the base coat, and I'm going to dry brush these as well. How I got that colour was with Windsor blue, which is a dark blue. That one, my firm favourite at the moment. Well, that's the Prussian blue, but it's more or less the same. So an equal mix of a dab of that, a dab of white and a dab of black to get that dark-ish blue colour. And to dry brush them, I'm going to use the same technique, but I'll use a lighter blue, this one, with the black and the white, just to get a lighter shade of blue. So that will be what I'll be doing next to finish those carts off. So as I say, as I was doing the carts anyway, I thought I'd start on the these artillery pieces, which are from the Revel artillery set, because that's the thing, if I've got paint left, I'll use it. So I had enough to do all of the guns from there, so that will be next. So let me just shift these out of the way. Just about done this horse. I've got to do, I think that's the gun holster either side. This is the Airfix horse. So that's just been done with a burnt umber brown, and using my trusty Winsor & Newton ink, which is nut brown. Just done one wash with that. There's a lot of discussion with Heresy Productions I'm talking to at the moment, who's doing some wonderful stuff with his muskets and tomahawk stuff. I really like his battle report that he's just done, and his figures. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm sorely tempted to get some figures of that era. I've got some of the Airfix Washington's Army and the Airfix Grenadiers, which are pretty naff, but I might, you know, as a refresher, something to change what I'm doing, might do a unit of each of those at some point. And what else have I got? I have, if I just shift these out of the way. Hang on, before I do that, let me just explain something. I've done 4 of these with the rocket launchers, and seeing as there's so many spare rockets, I was looking on websites and I saw that some of them were actually launched from lower down, as in a sort of almost level ground-based launcher. So I thought, well, why don't I stick one of each on these? So what I've done here is I've just, if I can just get my finger out, thumb out the way, I've just cut a matchstick in half, large matches, to make the little stand there, and then used another piece of matchstick to make the launcher. And this ferrule down the middle was done by using this little implement, which is how I've made the groove ferrule runnel down the middle of it. And then just to make it a little bit wider, I just used the edge of a screwdriver to dig it out, so I will be putting a rocket on there. But I just wanted to show you that you can make something simple. It's just a piece, it's just a bit of matchstick. So if I just shift these guys out of the way, 2, 3, and there's a fourth one as well. So out of one pack of hat guys, because the thing is, you get this guy who's reaching up to light a rocket up there, but you also get these guys here who are reaching down. So what was the point of including them in the set? They're not actually doing anything if the rockets are on these upright stands. So I thought, well, why not use them then? And have one guy firing an upright one guy firing a one on the ground. Why not? And I think that's going to work really well. I wanted to show you this first just to demonstrate what I was doing. So when I have finished these and they're all on the bases, that will be the second part of this 2-part series. Alright, as for what I've been doing elsewhere, let me just adjust the camera. So I've been fiddling with devils and skirts again. They still haven't caught me. I'm just finishing off as I'm going along the command units for my 2 regiments that are virtually complete. I finished painting the rest of the artillery figures here, which are the French foot artillery. I'm expecting a parcel due, which still hasn't bloody arrived, which has got some French, some more French artillery men in it. So I haven't heard a knock on the door. I might just go down and check actually, but there you go. So these are ready to be based. I'm just finishing off the guns at the back there. Ooh, the regiment. The Garde de Retreat. Obviously they've just come up against Maitland's men lying down. Well, obviously he's drunk. So I wasn't sure what to do with those. I thought I might have those as a guard of honour for my Napoleon figure, because you only get 2 of these in a set of Airfix. So out of all the sets that I've bought on eBay, I now have 8 of those. So those were the first ones that I've painted just about on my Airfix Imperial Guard. So it's a nice little set of 8 to go with them, or to go with Napoleon. There you go. So as always, thanks for watching, and I keep trying to remember to say this every time, but I've now got getting on for 5,200 views of my videos, and I mean, fair enough, I've put quite a few videos up, but I'm very surprised that I've managed to get over 5,000 views for my stuff, but very pleased as well. It's a lot more than I was expecting to get, so that's wonderful. So thanks for supporting me, guys and girls, because I've recently subscribed to Erica Ostini channel. She's doing wonderful things with Airfix and Revel figures, so she's been putting a few videos up lately. I'll put a link to her site at the bottom of this, because she's well worth having a look at, the figures that is. So subscribe to Erica, because she's, as I say, doing some wonderful stuff there, which is, I like seeing Airfix soldiers painted for the nostalgia value. There you go. So, see you later. Mind that, I forgot to mention that I found that I can use my rack for storing other little bits and pieces on top, so I can put my inks and my Humbrol enamels across, Revel enamels across the top there. I've got my big paints supported there as well, and it's a very there's enough space to actually support figures that I'm painting at the moment. So I've been putting my rocket men across the back there as well, and it keeps them underneath my very warm light, so they dry quickly as well, which is making painting them a lot quicker. So, oh yes, I've got to do the stripe down the side of the trousers as well, which I think will finish them off very nicely. Very pleased with these, excellent set to paint. I would heartily recommend you getting these if you're doing HOO scale, because they are fantastic figures. Okay, and this is the final goodbye. Bye bye.